Holy moly, today was ridiculous. When I mean ridiculous, I mean ridiculous. Let's recap it, because holy cow. Today was probably one of the worst days in a while for price action. But let's recap it. We ended up taking shorts to the downside. I'm upset about this because I ended up moving my within this singular candle right here. I missed out on an extra 4R. I was looking to see these lows get taken. Really, I had my limit right here. But as soon as we close at 11:30, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of sitting in this price action. Moved it to target internal. That was pretty emotional. I'm not gonna lie. But whatever. We'll recap it. So what happened today? Holy cow! Today price action was just ludicrous. If you go on any social media platform or were just trading yourself, everybody was talking about either not trading today or complaining about how crazy it was today. But let's go into yesterday, because Asia. What happened during Asia session? We formed the rainbow here, I guess. Pot of gold waiting down here. Um, I mean, look at that. I don't know what's going on here, but it's going. I ended up forming the rainbow, all the way back to the downside during Asia session, forming a bullish hourly SMT. If you guys want to see that on the 4-hour, that's right there. Now going down to the hourly, what was really happening? To be honest, not much. My original draw were these internal highs on the lower time frame, but I knew it wasn't significant enough in order to target, so I wasn't really looking to go long today. I was actually looking to go short majority of the time. We'll talk about this first loss because I had one loss, one win today. Holy cow, this price action was ridiculous. Yes, I am kind of upset I missed the rest of that R on the trade, but I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. So what happened market open, because this was ridiculous. I wish I would have live traded today, because holy cow, this would have been like a 2-hour recording of just ridiculousness. But starting off on market open, I was looking to see internal highs get taken, per usual, nothing too crazy. But before seeing internal highs get taken, I wanted to actually take out hourly internal before continuing higher, looking for a reversal off of that. We ended up forming an SMT, market open, really a couple minutes into market open. This was 36, yeah. So the entry for long to the upside would have been right here, micro change of state delivery, but even then, it was a entry, because your first draw is here, your first clear draw, and your next draw is these internal highs, which is a mid draw, not really a clear draw. So didn't end up taking longs, didn't like what I seen. Once we began consolidating, I was like, okay, well, we gotta form something right about now, right? We formed a very, very mid SMT change of state delivery to the downside. It was mainly the change of state delivery, low quality. I knew this was low quality, so I went in with lighter risk. I risked not our typical 200, I risked like 160, 150, because I knew this was just ball sack. Why did I end up taking it on ES? Because ES took out the high that I wanted to see get taken. That was right around here, and of course there was no setup on NQ. Once we ended up getting stopped out on that, pretty quickly, continue back to the upside. Eventually ended up forming an SMT with these highs right here. Now, a lot of people were in longs. A lot of people got stopped out going short. I got stopped out going short. Like I said, today's price action was ridiculous. We have CPI tomorrow. Majority of people should not be trading before, high impact news or CPI the next day, but I do. But you also have to take into precaution of probability, risk, and all the sort, and I did. Now, once we formed this SMT continuing to hold it, my thought was, hey, if we take this trade and invalidate the SMT on NQ, this trade is going to be a loss. That doesn't mean I'll manually close it, but it doesn't mean it'll potentially be a loss. What ended up happening? Formed a micro chain to stay delivery to the downside, and holy cow, this trade was ridiculous. I had forex spread trading futures today. Whoa. But micro change stay delivery to downside price, just I don't even know what it did here, but it was doing mumbo jumbo, displaced the downside, came down lower, took out internal, formed an SMT right here, continued back to the upside. Now at this point I was like, okay, I guess the optimal trade would have been on NQ, because it could have just targeted this quick internal for, quick 101, 102R, been done for the day. But price action made a retracement and continue to consolidate before absolutely just liquidating to the downside, taking out that lower hourly that I wanted to see get taken. Since this was the second trade, it was de-risked. Obviously, my first trade I risked normal risk. Second trade I de-risked, max total loss on the day $300. But this was, like I said, I de-risked on the first trade, so I total risk on the day I put on the table was around 250, 260. I was fine with that. But still, today was just ridiculous. And due to all of this consolidation, all this crazy price action, once we, like I said earlier, closed this 1131 candle, I ended up moving my limit of 7 micros from down here, or really it was down here, at 1 of 4R to 1 of 2.5. Now, don't get me wrong, that's amazing. I'm not gonna, ow. I'm not gonna let the greed get to my head, because at the end of the day, it's not about the trade, or it's not about the risk reward. It's not about, hey, how much R did I make? Did I perform better than other people today? Did I catch the high a day to low a day? It's not about that. It's about the quality of the trades you take and whether or not you're trading within your model. Because sure, okay, let's say I missed out on a couple $100, right? Okay, boo. I missed out on $200 extra dollars, right? Let's just call it 200 extra bucks. Okay, fine. Now some people would beat themselves up about it. Now don't get me wrong, me moving that was emotional, but it was also the fact that I just wanted to be done for the day. I was tired of this price action. This price action is ridiculous. Yes, we had clear internal draws, but man, it was just all over the place. So I played my cards right. I played my cards how I, thought it was best to play them, moving to target internal rather instead of the external range. And, I didn't do anything wrong. However, I'm trying to think. If I would have caught that 1 to 4R, it would have been cool. Okay, hey, looking to target external of the range, but I just reacted according to what price action was showcasing. It's that simple. Now, doesn't mean I may have said this, I broke my rule or didn't break my rule, but I'm saying it now. It doesn't mean I inherently broke my rules or anything of the sort. Today was just one of those days, man, where you want to get in, get out. I wasn't trying to sit in all of this for hours on end, because I was already on the chart for a very long time. And the point isn't to sit on the chart for all day. It's supposed to trade, get off. And I traded and I got off. But most importantly, the reason why I'm not so caught up on, I missed out on a little bit of R is because, bro, what are we focused on right now? Are we focused on short-term gains or long-term progress? Because we're focused on long-term progression, then the 2R going to matter a week from now? No. Sure, it may matter, maybe a day from now, but guess what? On Thursday, I'm going to forget. On Friday, I wouldn't have even thought about it. And when I go back and recap on the weekend, maybe I'll be reminded of it, but I won't care by then. And then next starting week on Monday, I definitely won't care. So I want you all, this is also a good lesson for feeling FOMO or anything of the sort. FOMO whether you missed your trade, FOMO whether you didn't catch, all the R, for example. like you wanted to, or whatever the case is, remember, there's always a new trading day. Now, I've heard this saying told to me before, but the saying is pertaining to trading. In 1,000 trades, will this have mattered? Or will you still be thinking of the situation? And now, I do have some trades that left some scars on me. You know, November 2023, December 2023, I still remember you. Gold, I didn't forget. XAU USD, I did not forget. Left some deep scars. I don't know if those will ever heal. But, you know, in the grand scheme of things, you missing out on a couple of R won't matter. Or you taking a couple extra losses won't matter. So don't beat yourself up about it. Um, if you broke your rules today or got stopped out a multiple of times or blew an account today, no, we're not just here to blame price action. We're also here to blame performance. If that happened, go in, analyze what went wrong today, not just price action, but your draws and all the sort, but most importantly, your risk management. Because if you manage risks accordingly today, it shouldn't have been as devastating as it was. Now there may be some people who just didn't take any losses on the trading day, and amazing, congratulations, great job. But for those who did and did get caught in all this chop, don't worry about it. But that doesn't mean don't do nothing about it, right? See how you can avoid low probability days. Shoot, maybe learn to avoid every pre-CPI day, or whatever the case is, or de-risk or whatever, right? But that was today's trade recap. Holy moly, this was ridiculous. Profit on the day wasn't much. What was it? To be honest, I really don't know. What, two. And the reason why I'm not opening my balance is because I'm not trying to focus on, profit or balance. I'm really just doing it for you guys. But I know we're around like break even on the account right now for anybody that's actually curious, right? But I don't know, risk 160, risk 100, like $100, a little less. It doesn't matter. But yeah, there you go. That was today's trade. OTE of the trading day was on NQ. For anybody that is curious, it was NQ. I guess you could say NQ to these internal lows. Basically one of 4R. This was the cleanest trade on the trading day. However, I ended up taking it on ES because we took out the external of that range, internal range. But there you go. That's it. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, and by the way, you can still trade NQ during these times too. You just need to make sure you take out internal. The times where I do trade ES rather than NQ is when NQ doesn't take out any type of liquidity, or significant type of liquidity. But when you do, and you still form an SMT, even though this is like less prominent, people would call it, it's this instead of this, you can still take it, but I just didn't. Even though I had a clearer change state of delivery, clearer trade, cleaner trade, everything was better about this trade, but whatever. Anyways, love you guys. See you in the next video. Peace. Oh, I didn't end the recording. Today was a ridiculous trading day. If I would have caught that 4R, 6R, it would have made up for it. It was still a ridiculous day. Holy moly.